Hey now, welcome back. I am here at Autopolis in Japan, which we did Gran Turismo 7 in my GR Toyota Supra prototype with a custom livery. As you can see, it is a tribute to the video games of days gone by. At least for me, back in the day, I used to go to the arcades and drop quarters. You know, you had like $10. I had $10 to play on video games, but maybe 15. But at any rate, so it's a throwback. It's a heads up. It's like, yo, thank you for the memories of those old video games. And who'd have thought from back then in an arcade to now we're playing these crazy, hyper-realistic games with wheels and online and being able to modify the cars almost as if they're real cars, however many decades later. So I had to give a shout out to Pac-Man as my first unofficial livery. Anyhow, top list. This track is complicated, to say the least. There's a couple of hairpins, and I need to get situated with where I am on the track map right now. So this section, a lot of this, they just have turn numbers. This is the final turn, which is a big one. It's kind of like a carousel to me because it's almost a half circle. Anyway, this is the front straight, and sorry, I don't know the exact distance, but it's a pretty long straight. A good size, and you can go flat out here. And turn one, which is 90 degrees, roughly. Little short straight, and another slight gradual turn. Two, another kind of straight, and into turn three, which is okay, we're already past that. So into turn 4 and 5, kind of, I would like to simplify and call it a double apex, but it's kind of not. Here we are, so right turn, and yeah, I'm again battling the AI. I haven't been playing live with anybody yet, but the AI is pretty challenging. Also, of note, I did not do the update. So I recorded this about a week ago, August 22nd, and the update just came out. 25th, 24th or 25th, and I hadn't played a couple of days, and I haven't updated my system. So this is the old setup. The tire deg is actually on this track, even though there's a lot of turns, and I ride the rumble strips a lot more than I usually do, but tire deg is minimal, right? This is a 10-lap race. I decided to not change tires. You'll see later on the pit stop. But for two reasons: to save time, and again, because I felt that I could do the whole 10 on one set of tires. And yeah, so have a listen to this audio from the car. Argy-bargy time with the AI, super annoying, but also super fun. Alright, so about this Supra, yes, it's a Supra contact with one of my favorite other cars, a Canon GT4, which I need to purchase. This car, I think I have two other Supras actually, but this car handles so neutrally, is very well balanced, not any noticeable understeer or oversteer. It really handles so well. And part of that may be due to the aero kit that comes on this car and the wider body. It has fender flares, front and rear, and okay, so I modified it a little bit. I'm not going to tell you exactly what just yet, but yeah, so this car is pretty much glued to the track, and it is fun to drive. Very neutral, not a lot of twitchiness either. It's really pretty stable, which is another reason why I decided to go with just one set of tires, because there's not a lot of fidgeting going on. Even though, as much as I try to avoid it, there's a lot of contact with the AI. It's just, I really try not to do that, but as you can see, it's a packed house. I mean, I started in 20th, as usual. I'm up to 12th, and I set the fastest lap on my second lap, lap 4 right now. And I could go faster, but the traffic, man, I'll tell you, this traffic is rough. They are, you can see, fighting for every millimeter of pavement, keeping me from advancing 1 millimeter at a time. So it's work. And it took me a couple of tries. In all honesty, to make progress on it, I had to do some grinding, I had to figure some stuff out. And maybe I tweaked the arrow just a bit, not too much. Maybe I tweaked the camber just a bit, not too much. Just a little, I have to go in gradual baby steps. So here's the Viper battle, and yeah, Viper and a Supra walk into a bar, and there's some contact. And here we have this Mazda 6. Get by that pretty easily. Oh yeah, this is the first hairpin, and then we go into this downhill roller coaster section. You can't really get a good judgment of how much of a downhill this is, unlike Laguna Seca, unlike Spa. The downhill or the roller coaster section, it almost seems flat. It's really hard to tell. So a lot of times I get held up on these turns because the AI is just like squatting right in front of me. I've been getting brake checked. They're all just swerving all over the place. And yes, that's part of the job, part of the challenge, to get by them cleanly. And they're on lap. This is the end of lap 4, last turn. And I want to catch a little draft here. Okay, bye Evo. How do Evo turn in the real world? It's fun time. That was a fun ball. Draft this Huracan. Nope, you're not going to draft. And contact. Draft down this short straight. Can't stay drafting because they will brake check, and then I run into the back. And this mofo, that Suzuki up there, look who's back. He bumped me. And look at that. Look at it. Who drives like that? Brake, and then takes the line. Okay, you got the position. You have the real estate, that's fine. Up to 7, find them, make it to 6. Can I dive down the inside? Look at this, come on, boom, up, move, thank you, and I get to go. So 6th place, and we're on lap 5. Here's that roller coaster downhill again. You can kind of get a sense of it, but again, it's not as extreme as down section. Out in the rumble strip, and number 5, that car. It's a nice little section, right, left. Not quite a chicane, not quite a bus stop. It's pretty wide open, but still a nice right left section around what I like to call the carousel. That's not the track turn for it, but that's what I. Sixth place, fifth lap, and I'm going to pit because that's my MO. Out the pits in 16th position, worked my way up to 14th, and here we are trying to snatch 13th place away from this car AI on the roller coaster downhill. And this is that Suzuki. However, they got back in front of me. They are here, and I am determined to get past them and just look at that. Why get in front of me and just, slam on the brakes? And here they come again. Zoom pass. And when I sneak down the inside, no. AI got in front of me again. I was trying to have a clean race, but it's damn near impossible. Who are you looking at? What are you looking at? All right. That was the final turn. We're back to the straight. Catch the draft, slipstream, and goodbye. 2 cars in one go, up to 11th place. Thank you very much. And oh look at that. Bargy to the left, to the right. No, stop swerving. And yeah, so he's right back in front of me. I thought I got clear, but okay. So I think this time we can say goodbye to that Swift kick in the pants. And here we got a yellow STI. Super Technica Incorporated? Super Technica something. Anyway, 8th place. Right along. Are you ready to rumble? Bye bye STI. Calling my own races. A little bit of slip and slide there. Yeah, so one set of tires, I believe I was on hard, and the thing is, so one set of tires for a 10-lap race. And again, this is before that recent update people are talking about on Reddit, that the tire deck is kind of out of control, very different from the earlier version. And I'm going to do it eventually because there's GT4, that Porsche GT4, Canyon GT4. I don't want to get it. It's not the RS yet, too bad, but yeah. So yeah, so tire deck, old version, and so I'm being careful, trying to evolve that as much as possible. Also trying to go easy on the tires. Got into 3rd place because a couple of cars made pit stops. That's always a plus, and that's timely because we're on lap 8. And quiet for a bit, Enjoy the ride. Yeah, boy. Fastest lap again. See what you can do when there's no AI traffic in front of you, making life difficult. Fastest lap in the house. All right, so a little bit more about this livery that I made. It's probably like 50 layers, believe it or not. But I was actually making this for a different car, but then I realized that I have some GT3 races to do. So I figured, hey, might as well put it on this car. I bought it, and the delivery, it took a while to do. I would probably say, not every night, but I devoted like a couple of hours, several nights, to get this the way how I want it. Second place up ahead, around that second hairpin turn down the roller coaster, around turn 11. Tiny straight, turn 12 is up. Stop pushing me. Push me off into the dirt. Yeah, so I believe that was turn 12. Probably going on turn 14 right around now. It's like another, that's apex. So, yeah, so the handling stays pretty much the same as when I started the race. And that's a good thing. So I have another race in the bag. I'm going to show you actually that I completed before this. It's Catalonia, Barcelona. That'll be next, but I actually completed it before this. That track also has a lot of turns, but it's very hard on the tires. This track is very easy on the tires. This was supposed to be an F1 track. It never happened. Long story, there's a history to this track. It's still used for Super GT. That's how I knew about this track. I did the sort of experience on it. Also, GTR 35 500 spec car. So I'm in first place now because the car that was in first took a last minute pit stop. And yeah, I've had to do that too, where I just misjudged it, ran out of gas on the last lap, and just lost the race. But not this time. We're at the top of the heat, leader of the pack. Number one, numero uno, bass in your face. Supra Pac-Man. Where's the Alright. Thanks for watching. I'll have another post up in a week or so.